253. That is how many Mainers have died from a drug overdose during the first 5 months of this year. Most of the fatalities can be tied to the dangerous drug fentanyl. Maine coming off a record year for drug-related deaths, and so far 2023 is just behind that pace. Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Brian Yukono. Amanda Hill has the night off. Today was the governor's annual opioid response summit. Hundreds of people came together working toward ending the epidemic affecting thousands of people in our state. News Center Maine's Caroline LaCour was there.
We can keep people alive and give them a chance for recovery.
Hundreds of people from all corners of the state meeting together with one shared goal in mind: to end the opioid epidemic here in Maine.
This crisis is not restricted to our most populated or urban communities.
The 5th year of the governor's opioid response summit marks a chance for state health leaders and local recovery networks to discuss and get on the same page when it comes to harm reduction, recovery, and prevention strategies.
And I think they also come because our work is not done.
Gordon Smith is the director of opioid response in Maine. He says the strategic plan will continue to increase access to life-saving drugs like Narcan and will adapt to the challenges brought on by the COVID pandemic.
We're going to have 21 community recovery centers by the end of this year or early next year. We've got 18 that are open today.
Later on, folks were also able to break out into one-on-one discussions on topics like youth recovery and prevention, building peer recovery, and more.
My name is Abby Fricci, and
keynote speakers in recovery also spoke to their personal ties to the epidemic. That includes Arthur Padilla, who fell into addiction when he was just 8 years old, a time when recovery options for youth was far and few between. He says today, implementing those conversations in schools is essential.
I am the consequence of not doing prevention, because then we're telling people 60 years from now you're going to still be dealing with this.
Just last year, more than 10,000 overdoses were reported to the state, according to data from the Maine Attorney General's office. A record of 723 of them were fatal.
I see so many peers, professionals, and even youth that are standing at that door, holding it open for many others to enter.
Holding the door open today for a chance to recovery in the years ahead. In Portland, Caroline LaCour, News Center, Maine.
If you or a loved one is seeking help toward recovery, you'll be able to find a full list of recovery centers in the News Center Maine app.